Yo, what is good, ladies and gents of YouTube? My name is BBK Dragoon. You're looking at some Starcraft 2, and wait, Halo players, before you click away, understand that I'm going to do my best to talk about Starcraft from a Halo player's perspective, and try and talk about things that Halo players could take away from playing a game like Starcraft, and the mindset that Starcraft kind of aids the competitive mindset, and how that factors into us as Halo players, and why on earth am I even playing Starcraft 2. Now don't worry, the Halo content is not going to change. I wouldn't imagine you'll see a StarCraft 2 video on this channel very often. I might send it every once in a while just to kind of update you all on my ladder progress and as I work my way up the ranks and whatnot. But for the most part, I've just been yapping about this game on Twitter a whole bunch, and some lovely peeps over on Twitter were saying, you know, post some footage, show us what's going on out there in the realms of the RTS, the StarCraft. And I mentioned that I wanted to wait until I got into top 25 gold before posting anything. I'm now ranked 14 gold, and so time for a little video talking about kind of my experience on the ladder. And I'm going to keep it really basic today. Going to talk about why it's such a big deal, why MLG has picked this game up so heavily, and why StarCraft 2 is one of the biggest competitive games in the world. I'm going to walk you through a platinum level match that I played a few days ago, tell you the objective of the game, walk you through some of the basics, and then try and integrate a little bit of Halo into it. Maybe mention what I think from StarCraft should transfer over into Halo 4. I mean, if the ranking system in Halo 4 is even like 10% of what StarCraft 2's ranking system is, Halo 4 is going to be just really good. So, with that said, I want to quickly say thank you to Blizzard Ball for initially getting me interested in the game. Like I said, I got interested back in May, and I've just been practicing the game. Going online, even with my crummy internet. That's the nice part about this game, is you don't really need that boss hog of internet to play it. And so I've been able to play on the ladder with my crummy internet, work my way up the ladders. For those of you who don't know, there is bronze ladder, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, masters, and grandmasters. Now I'm in top 25 gold, playing a lot of platinum people. I'll be showing you a platinum level match today. And, you know, I want to just continue working my way up the ladder, continue learning about this game, continue learning about myself, because I'm telling you what, this game tests your mental dexterity quite a bit, and it also tests how well can you handle frustration, how well can you handle losses, because your focus has to be so keen when you're playing StarCraft that if you start losing matches, it can really affect your performance. And I'm learning that that's something I've definitely got to improve on, because I get salty when I lose matches. I get frustrated, and it's really can affect my playstyle dramatically. But with that said, we're keeping it basic today. Let's jump into our platinum match, and I'm just going to walk you through what StarCraft is, the objective, how I play, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy. If you're a Halo player and you don't want any part of this, I won't be offended if you're like, peace, I'm out, Dragoon. But if you want to check it out, I would be very happy. Alright, let's dive into the match. Right off the bat, one of the greatest bits about StarCraft 2 is its ranking system. You click Find Match, it immediately looks for somebody around your same skill level, maybe a little higher or a little lower. If you look at the top, do you see where it says Teams Even? That means the guy I'm playing right now has a similar MMR as I do. MMR refers to your win-loss ratio. I'll talk a little bit more about MMR here in a second, and as always, GLHF, which means good luck, have fun. This is something that I freaking love about StarCraft. It has an awesome thing called etiquette, where just about every single player follows some universal standards. You always GLHF before a match begins, which is good luck, have fun. That little thing I typed at the beginning of every match. It's always good luck, have fun, and then when you lose the game, it's always GG, and sometimes a GGWP, which means good game, well played. And it's a line that most players follow, which is great. It's something I really like, and I don't see in hardly any other games, even other PC games. It's just something that says, hey, I understand that this game is a lot about practice. I understand that, you know, both of us want to win the match. You know what? We can be gentlemen about it. And you especially don't see that in Halo, man. But I'm going to try. You know, this fall, I'm going to try and tell, you know, a GLHF beginning of my matches if I'm rocking a mic. And I'm going to try and do the GG after every single game, because it's way more fun to play those matches than it is to just be like, oh, you scrub, you're so bad, your snipes never hit me. And there's a lot of Halo trash talking montages online from the pro community, and it's interesting to me because it's just something you don't really see that often in StarCraft. Okay, so what's going on in this match? Every match begins the exact same. You have a base and you have workers. and your goal is to build an army to go destroy your opponent's base. Information gathering, though, is absolutely vital because you have to know what your opponent is building in order so you can make good decisions to build counter things to what he's building. And it's all a race of time. Who can get the most minerals the fastest, because whoever can mine the most minerals means that they are be able to pump out the most amount of troops for their army. You'll see that little yellow looking guy, that's a probe. That's the other team's worker. He sent him over to my base to try and scout me to figure out, okay, can I get some information? Can I see what he's built already? And just by what he sees, that can help him determine, alright, he's going for a 1-Rax fast expand. I'm going to go for a 4-gate cheese, which is exactly what he does. I'll explain that in a second here. Now, there's a big difference between playstyles in StarCraft. There is cheese, and then there is macro. Now, the two playstyles refer to basically timings. You can cheese your opponent, and cheesing means you build buildings off of a single base. You never make any additional bases, and your goal is to try and catch your opponent off guard and try and beat him under the 10-minute mark. Now, cheese is very risky because if you're all in, as we like to say, does not kill your opponent under 10 minutes, you're just gonna lose the game, especially if you're playing against somebody who's playing macro. I play macro. What macro means is if I can survive until the 10-minute mark, my economy is going to be booming because I'm going to be on 2 bases much earlier than my opponent. The more bases you have, the more mineral income you get, and the more minerals you get, the more troops you get to build. But it can be very dangerous because expanding early and building an additional base really costs a lot of money, so I'm not going to have a ton of troops early on in the beginning of the game. The race I'm playing against is Protoss, and Protoss has a very strong early game cheese called the 4-gate. And what that means is he's going to basically be able to warp troops right outside of my base very early in the game, around 6 to 7 minutes. And it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of control from my units for me to end up saving that expansion. Because if he pushes, steamrolls me, destroys that extra base that I'm building there on the low ground, it's pretty much GG at that point. But you can't expand behind it. You have to make one choice or the other. Am I going to play macro and expand early? Or am I just going to say, screw it, I'm going to make a bet, and I'm going to try and cheese this guy. I think he's doing this build. I think I can beat him under 10 minutes. Let's throw all my units at him early game. Now let me talk about MMR before the cheese comes and I have to talk about that. MMR refers to your win-loss ratio online. So as I said, there are bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, masters, and grandmasters. And the way you improve and rank up is by playing in divisions. So when StarCraft begins, you're like, I want to play online. You play 5 placement matches. You're going to play players from all over the place. You're going to play, maybe some golds, maybe some diamonds, some silvers, some bronze. And from those 5 matches, the game is able to say, okay, you lost to this, and this ranked guy. We're going to stick you where we think you belong, which is, let's say, silver. So you win maybe 1 out of your 5 placement matches. You get placed in silver. And what they do is they put you in a division of 100 players. So you're in silver, and obviously there's thousands of silver players. There aren't just 100 of them. So what the division does is it lets you sort of watch your progress as you improve. If you win games, you rank up. So say you're rank 50 in silver, you win a few games, you maybe bump up to rank 40 or rank 30, and you continue ranking up. You earn points by winning, you lose points by losing. If you beat an opponent who's higher ranked than you, you get more points. If you lose to an opponent who is lower ranked than you, you lose points. And so it's a very nice balance. It reminds me a lot of Halo 2, and man, if Halo just had something similar to this, it would be so awesome. I would be still playing Reach if Reach actually had a decent ranking system. I know they tried to integrate the divisions into into Reach. By the way, here is the cheese. He's sending his units in, trying to destroy my base. It's very early for an attack. 8 minutes is fairly early to have that many stalkers. That kind of tells me that the opponent hasn't expanded. So I'm going to do my best to continue building units while without losing this front base. Because if I lose this front base, it's over for me. It's game over. But if I can survive, my money's going to be skyrocketing, and this guy will not be able to catch up. Anyway, I really wish that Halo Reach wouldn't try and hide your rank as heavily as it does. The ranking system of, like, You got 1562. You got a 1652 game. What does that mean? Like, even if you're an experienced player of the game, it's like, okay, this doesn't really mean that much to me because I just can't visibly show this off. Whereas a ranking system in Starcraft where it's like, you are rank 14 silver, or rank 10 gold, or rank 5 masters, it shows it in plain bold lettering, and it lets you track your progress easily. There isn't any sort of confusion behind it. It's just like, bam, this is the rank you are. If you lose, you go down. If you win, you go up. And it gives a real big goal to want to improve, and it's easy to track. And I just want to see something like that in Halo 4. I don't want to see something that's like, well, we don't want to hurt new players' feelings. We don't want them to feel bad as they play harder players. That destroys the late game. You know, Reach is a really good game. It just, for me, became not a strong late game experience. And I'm hard on Reach because the standard was set so high with Halo 3 and with Halo 2, but I also have to remember and keep in mind, Reach and ODST are virtually in the same basket. Bungie made Halo 1 through 3, and that was the series. Reach was never designed to be Halo 4. It was not designed to be a progression of the series. It was designed to be, you know, an addition that Microsoft had contracted them for. So I think we got a good game out of Reach. It's just, I really want to see some things happen with Halo 4 that will hopefully make the late game experience really awesome, because that's a big reason why I like Starcraft 2 and why I like Halo. They're timeless games virtually. That means that 5-6 years down the road, I can still be playing the game and enjoying it fully. So at this point, it's past the 10-minute mark. Normally I attack around 10 minutes, but because of his early push, I decided to delay to make sure I had the troops to back it up. At this point in the game, it's pretty much GG. His early push didn't work. That little crystal thing I destroyed was where he was warping his units in. And I'm continuing on with my build. I'm adding a lot of production buildings, which means since my money is skyrocketing, I'm able to buy a bunch of bases, and there's my third base going down right there, and my opponent's second base is just now going down. So I'm buying way more barracks, which allow me to make these little units. I'm producing medevacs, which are those little airplanes that heal my units, and we're gonna get to see a chance of what troops he has right here. And yep, at that point it's virtually GG. I just have to be careful with my units and micro them well. What that means is I can't just hit attack move and let my units do their thing, because he could still kind of crush my army, and if he did, that would put me in a rough spot. But at this point, he's going to lose the expansion, and it's going to be the GG. And with that, that's pretty much going to wrap up my first StarCraft video. As I said earlier, I'm not going to post too much of this on my channel. I am going to play it a lot, and you might see it on some streams, because it is a very fun game, and I do want to get better at it. Now that I'm I'm rank 14 gold, I really want to get into platinum, and I'd like to see if I can get myself into diamonds and maybe one day hop into masters. I have beaten a masters level player just a few days ago, but if I'm playing masters and I'm in gold, that means his MMR is terrible. It means he's been losing a ton of matches, so probably not that proper, but it does go to show you it's got a nice long line. I've got a big goal that I want to reach. One of the reasons that, yes, I'm yapping about Reach again, one of the reasons I don't really have that much interest in Reach long term is it's not on MLG, and the ranked scene just isn't there. I don't have a big long-term goal of, oh, I want to get into this league or something like that, but we get the chance to see how that's going to change with Halo 4. Thank you guys for watching. My name is BBK Dragoon. That was me being a rank 25 platinum player, rank 14 in gold, as you can see. If you play StarCraft 2, or if you'd like to try it out, there is a free edition that you can download for complete free. Yeah. So with that said, enjoy your day, everybody. Thank you for watching, and try StarCraft out if you haven't already. Like I said, free edition. So anyway, love you guys. Peace.